Hey friends, my name is Erin and today I'm filming my April TBR. It is my birthday month and I start off with some spring break time, so I'm hoping to get some serious reading done. You'll see that I have to move Coswell back, the short story character, because I did not finish 40 short stories. This is going to go back into the deck. I got about halfway through, which I'm okay with. Alright, my first rule is fantasy series. This is the one I probably have the most books in, and we're going to be using a random number generator. Let me see how many cards I actually have in this deck. Alright, it looks like I got 50 books in my fantasy series list here. 1 through 50, 47. And 47 is The False Prince. Alright, let's look into that. Alright, so here we go. I picked this up quite a while ago. This is The False Prince by Jennifer Nelson, and it was kind of back when I was on my Royals kick, which I still love a good Royals story, so I'm hoping to like this one. So it starts with a nobleman who has a devious plan to stick an imposter on the throne by claiming that he's the long-lost son of the king. So he gets 4 boys together. They compete to pretend to be this prince, and I think we're following one of those 4 boys called Sage, and he's obviously going through this competition, discovering lies and deceits just left and right, and it sounds like he has some secrets of his own. And if you have just watched my last video, I talked about all the series I'm in the middle of. It would have been nice to get kind of a continuation instead of a new starter, but I also am just excited to read anything on my shelf. Book number 2 is a romance. I'm a little worried because I only have 1 romance left on my list. I do have other romances I want to buy, and I can also get a NetGalley, but I'm going to go ahead and draw. Let's see. You need to find a mentor. Read a book 10 years old or older. This actually works perfectly because the romance on my list is Emma. I do have a copy of Emma, but it's back at my parents' place, so I'm going to go ahead and get it from the library. I'm excited to read more Jane Austen. I've only ever read Pride and Prejudice. I've watched Emma recently, actually, and I don't think it's my favorite of all of the Jane Austen movies, but we'll see if I feel the same about the book. Rule number 3 gave me another random number generator for my fiction novels. These are standalone, contemporary, fantasy. These I have 21 books on my shelf for. Alright, here we go. 20. Okay. I'm getting like the easy ones to find. So here's 21, and that makes this one number 20. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Okay, this is by Roald Dahl. So this one I don't own. It has the little library dot on it. It is on my list of 200 books to read before I turn 40, so I'm excited to pick this one up. I don't actually know anything about it. I do have some Roald Dahl on my shelf. I have, like, you know, Matilda, the BFG, but I don't know anything about this one specifically. However, it is the only one that made it on that list of 200 books to read. It was just a random list I found somewhere, but I'm excited to have this one here because I think it'll be fun. Next up, I had historical fiction. I got to choose. I should have put my Wheel of Time book in that one. Totally forgot. I'm going to go ahead and draw a prompt for historical fiction. Okay. The captain calls you aboard. Read a book with water. Okay, one stood out right away, and that is Early Sunday Morning A Pearl Harbor Diary. Here we go, early Sunday morning. It says The Pearl Harbor Diary of Amber Billows. This is a really interesting collection. I think the first one I read missed the mark just a little bit because it's aimed at elementary school students, but a lot of the vocab that comes just with this kind of story was probably above what a lot of that age group could handle. We'll see if this one has the same issue. This one's a little bit more modern comparatively, and I think that could help with some of the issues I saw in the first one. And for probably the third time, I'm going to put Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson on this list, mainly because I read the first one and I gave it to my boyfriend, and he breezed through like all three of these, and he's been patiently waiting for me to continue the series. If I can squeeze this in this month, that'll show some progress, and we have another book to talk about. So I'm going to put The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson in this spot. We moved our romance character Dagny up another spot, and I am going to read for her animal. She has a little snake around her shoulders. My animal cards, again, are my kind of elementary kids books. They can range anything from picture books to some elementary chapter books. So let's see what the snake card is. I think each animal has 10 different cards. Okay, the first snake card, I haven't read Snake Level 1 yet, is The Alien by K.A. Applegate. I'm pretty excited about this one because this is an Animorphs book. Get ready for this stunning cover. This is The Alien by K.A. Applegate. I always love these. Them transforming. I don't know what that is. It has like blue fur, a hook. Can't forget to give it abs. So there's that. Oof. If you don't know anything about this series, it is about kids who can shapeshift basically into animals once they take their DNA. They, along with Axe the alien, are trying to stop the Yix from invading. It looks like in this one we follow Axe, who is the alien in the group. This is book number 8. I read book number like 12 earlier, so I only have 3 of these, and I'm not reading them in any sort of order, but I don't really care about missing pieces of this story. I just love these and the nostalgia factor that comes with this. And again, the cover. Alright, so I got my first mini monster. I'm so excited. And it is with my main girl, Sabrielle. Her and her little bunny are going to be fighting a monster. For these challenges, I'm going to be drawing another little prompt, which is going to tell me what kind of books I have to draw. And we'll see how this goes. So let's see what monster Sabrielle is going to be battling, and then we'll choose some books. Now when I rolled the D4, I only have to read 2 books for this challenge, and they are going to be 2 of my 10. So let me just pick a monster. She's going Elemental. So Elemental, there's a 4 and a 6 here because I'm going to defeat it with my D4, and then with the Mega Monsters I roll a D6. So I have to read books that have some sort of elemental: earth, wind, water, fire. I have to pick 2 of those 4. I read those 2. I do get a reward out of my reward jar. If I don't read both of those, no reward, obviously. First one, Girls of Paper and Fire. Fire, obviously, it's right there in the title. So it sounds like there's a king that chooses girls from the paper cast to kind of serve and work at his castle, and the main character, Leah, is one of those girls this year, and it sounds like there's some romance and some plot twists. So I don't really know much about this. I have heard that the first one people loved, and then later on, the second one I think people did not love. So I don't know how to feel. And then I have Beneath the Sugar Sky for Air, obviously. This is the 3rd book in the Wayward Children series, and it follows the daughter of one of the characters in the first book. Excited to get into this because I love the first 2. I mean, the first one is just amazing. The second one is really good, but I think you can't beat the like high of the first one. So I'm still really amped up to get into this. All right, we have two more animal prompts that came up. The first one is for our other series, and Bartimaeus has a beautiful dog. Okay, this is a chapter book, Pigs Might Fly. I know nothing about this one, but let's go find it. Okay, this sounds like some weird version of Charlotte's Web. So we have this pig, a beautiful pig on the front cover. His name is Daggy, and he is the runt of the family. He's worried that he's going to get taken away. So he tries to show off a bit, very reminiscent of Charlotte's Web. But instead of having a spider for a best friend to put words above him, he has the front paws of a dog. So not hooves, but dog paws. He decides to learn how to swim and fly, and his duck pal is going to teach him how to fly. And hopefully he saves the farm and doesn't get taken away. It looks like it does come with some cool pictures, and I'm always excited for a book with pictures. Last up, another animal, and that is for our short story character, Coswell. He got moved back because I didn't finish 40 short stories, so I'm going to go ahead and do another squirrel prompt for him. It looks like another chapter book, The Jacket by Andrew Clement. Okay, here we go, The Jacket by Andrew Clement. It's over the topic of racism. The main character, Phil, sees a boy wearing a jacket that looks exactly like his younger brother's jacket, and he immediately assumes it was stolen. And it wasn't. And he has to ask himself if he would have thought the same thing if the boy wearing the jacket that he thought was stolen was white. Would he have thought it was stolen then? And so it sounds like it's going to cover some hard topics. I'm interested to see how it covers that hard topic through a short book, and B, a book designed for elementary school kids. I think it's a topic that obviously still needs to be covered no matter what age group, and I hope that this book does it well. I'm going to go ahead and throw this chunker on the list, and then let's get this stack up. Here we go. I think that's a pretty good mix. A few short ones, a few long ones. Doable, considering I got spring break on the horizon. Alright guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you are getting some rest and relaxation. I hope you are getting some sun. Go for a nice walk or something. I'll talk to you later. Bye.